Okay, the last thing that you must know inside of Photoshop is the Camera Raw filter. Okay, if you're a photographer and use Photoshop to create and adjust your photos, this tool is very important for you. For example, if I go to filters and I choose Camera Raw filter, and there is a bunch of options in here that lets you adjust different options and different parameters of your image. Or most of photographers are capture photos in raw format, and if your photos are raw in raw formats, as you know, as you see that the name of this filter is Camera Raw, it's work a lot better with raw image. If you have raw image and uncompressed version of your image, you can adjust these temperatures and these exposure, these options like the camera sensor, and they are using all of your raw information to adjust different parameters in your footage. And it's also work with unraw and compressed footage also, like this image, this JPEG image. You can, for example, change the temperature of that, maybe like this, and you can tint it, changing this exposure you see, and contrast, light. You have shadows to control the amount of shadow on your image, and whites. You have black, and also clarity of your image, blurring and sharpening. And there's a bunch of other parameters like curviness, like amount of sharpness, and different convert to grayscale, and different other lens correction you have. You can correct the lens if you have distortion, lens distortion, for example. You can use white. If you have used a white angle lenses, you can correct the lenses and change the chromatic operations and these kind of photographic stuffs. And here you can use different parameters, for example, navigating to different area of your image like this, toolbars, and you can eyedrop a white balance tool in here. You can eyedrop a color, and then that color is applied as a white balance. For example, if I click in here, you see that the whole image white balance are set up according to that color that I've been selected on my image. And I can change the target adjustment. For example, you can use different parameters, for example, creating an adjustment in here in just one part of your image. You can spot removal. You can remove one part of your image like clone tools. And here if I select, and it's good, it's not bad. And different other shapes, you can add graduated filters like this to add filter just in one area of your image. And it's very cool. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of options in Camera Raw filters that you have to know, and I just overview briefly to this Camera Raw filter. Okay, hope you enjoyed from this class, and the tools that I have shown you in this class are very briefly overview to them. I just overview them very briefly, and you can find other tutorials about specific tools that I have shown you in this class on other tutorials. And don't forget to put reviews and check out other Polygon Motion classes on Skillshare. My name is Ichi Shade from Polygon Motion, and see you guys next time.